It's been a few days since we started testing the OnePlus 5T. The full review is due any day now, but we'd hate to make you guys wait for more coverage on the 5T. So here we are, with a number of nifty tips, tricks and hidden features the OnePlus 5T running on Oxygen OS 4.7 has up its sleeve. Hey guys, Sundar here from C4E Tech, and before we start, if you're interested in the 5T and want to catch that review as soon as it drops, hit that subscribe button and that bell icon. Thumbs up too if you end up liking this video. Let's get started. First, let's look at the major new features. Let's start with Face Unlock, which seems to be all the rage these days. It's not as secure as a fingerprint scanner or a traditional PIN, but works quite well nonetheless. It's extremely fast. Just double tap or press the power button, the phone unlocks even before you can steal a glance at the lock screen. With the 5T, OnePlus have introduced parallel apps, which lets you create an additional instance of an app. Given that most of us use Geo these days, a second WhatsApp account might come in handy. I guess OnePlus just wants us to have the best of both worlds. Diving into the settings, the apps section has gone through an overhaul. App permissions and special accesses like usage access and draw over other apps are all now under the same roof. There's another section here called full screen apps, where you can set individual apps to fit the entire screen by selecting full screen mode. This should come in handy since some apps are still incompatible with the relatively new 18:9 aspect ratio. Moving on, OnePlus has also revamped the camera app to an extent. The different modes now pop up when you swipe up from the bottom. There's also new beauty mode for the rear camera. An important tip, do not zoom in 2x thinking it's optical zoom, because it's not, it's digital zoom. OnePlus calls it clear zoom and claims some software algorithm enhances the quality, but for our final verdict on that one, you'd have to wait for our full review to drop. Moving on, the Gallery app has received a fresh coat of paint with geolocation services for photos now being baked right in there. You can now search pictures based on where they were shot. Let's fire up the Gallery app. Navigate to Places. The pictures are grouped based on location. Here's a picture I shot in Madagascar. The higher screen to body ratio means that the fingerprint scanner has been moved to the back. It is a known fact by now that it's as good as the one on the OnePlus 5. What is not so commonly known is that it brings gesture support. Swipe down for notifications, and while you're in the camera app, long press to click a picture. The good old off-screen gestures found on other OnePlus phones like Draw, O, V, M, etc. are also present and accounted for. They can be assigned to open an action or app of your choice. If you want to take full advantage of the gorgeous real estate on your hands, OnePlus has you covered on that front. The 5T can hide the navigation bar so that you can have the entire 18:9 display at your disposal. It's an immersive experience, one we really enjoy when by default the immersive mode doesn't get triggered. And now, before we wrap this one up, let's take a look at some of the returning favorites. First up are swappable buttons. So whether you come from an older gen Samsung or Xiaomi device, or you're more attuned to Google's stock key layout, the OnePlus 5T makes you feel right at home with a control scheme that lets you choose how you use your device. Next up is the alert slider. Android's volume controls are a mess right now, and doing something as simple as turning on DND or silent can take up to several taps. With a physical alert slider, putting the 5T into silent mode is as easy as this. Of course, there's also room for customization in settings. And finally, if you haven't been living under a rock, you must have heard of the display issues that have plagued the Pixel 2 XL. By the way, if for some reason you don't know what I'm talking about, here's a card to ask video on the topic. Anyway, the 5T has an AMOLED panel, and if you're worried about how the colors on the screen are gonna turn out to be, then boy does OnePlus have a treat for you. The color calibration tool found in a few other devices of the OnePlus family makes a return here, and you can control the colors on the device to make them just as you prefer it. That about wraps it up for me. Which one of these was your favorite feature? Let us know in the comments below. Are you excited for the OnePlus 5T? Is there anything you want us to check for our full review? Drop us a line and we'll try to answer all your questions. Hit thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to C4E Tech for more. And do this to make sure you get notified each time we upload a new video on the channel. Thanks a lot for watching. This here is Sundar, leaving for the moment. Have a great day.